Hello, my friend, and welcome back to CEO Soapbox Podcast. We are at episode number 12. I'm your host, Neda Farzad. If you're new here, pull up a crate, grab a coffee, or pour something stronger. I don't judge. This is the place where we strip away the corporate bullshit and talk about what actually happens in the engine room of a businesses. Today, I want to pick a fight. Not a physical one, though I've been known to throw down in a negotiation, but a fight with a matrix that everyone seems obsessed with. I want to talk about the vanity of revenue and the absolute sexiness of a cash flow. Yeah, I said it, sexy. Yeah, cash flow is sexy. You see, we live in a world where everyone is shouting about their top line. You go on LinkedIn and it's endless posts about hitting our first 10 million or tripling revenue in Q3. And look, I get it. Big numbers are fun. They look great on your next presentation. They make your ego swell up like a balloon. I know, I've been there. But here's a cold, hard truth that nobody wants to admit. You see, we can have a $10 million business and still be broke. I've sat in boardrooms with CEOs who are drowning. On paper, they look like titans of industry. But behind closed doors, they are struggling to cover payroll for next Friday and feeling the pressure. They are robbing Peter to pay Paul, all while chasing their next big contract just to keep lights on. That isn't success. That's a high stress, low margin prison, my friend. And today I'm going to hand you the key to break out of it. Let's start by dismantling the shrine we built for revenue. Why are we so obsessed with it? Because it's easy. It's the easiest number to track, and it's the easier number to brag about. It's the matrix of more sales, more customer, more noise. But revenue is just a measure of activity. It tells me how busy you are. It doesn't tell me how healthy you are. Think about it this way. If I sold a $1 Australian coin for 90 cents, it could generate endless revenue. There would be a queue of customers down the street. My sales team would be fist pumping. The CRM would be going nuts. But sooner or later, I run out of the dollar coins. I'll be flat out, widely successful and totally broke. Obviously, this is an extreme example. But how many of you are running a version of that right now? You are chasing bad revenue. You are signing clients who drain your resources, demand endless revisions, pay late, and treat your team like rubbish. Also, you can add a zero to the top line. Stop it. Just stop. Revenue feeds the ego. Cash flow feeds the family. Cash flow fuels your future. So, why is cash flow sexier? Because cash flow is freedom. When you have strong, positive cash flow, you have options. You're not desperate. When a prospective client starts acting like a nightmare during the negotiation phase, you can walk away. You can say, no, thank you. I don't believe we're a good fit. Because you don't need their money to survive the month. That power, that ability to choose, that is sexy. Yeah, I said it again. Cash flow allows you to innovate. It allows you to hire the best talent before you desperately need them. It allows you to weather the storm when the market dips, and trust me, market always dips. That's business for you. So let me give you a list of what cash flow actually buys you, because it's not just about paying bills. Cash flow buys you sanity. You sleep better when you know the bank account is growing and not just churning. Cash flow buys you leverage, my friend. You negotiate better deals with suppliers because you can pay up front. And the big thing that buys you is agility. You can pivot quickly when an opportunity arises without waiting for a bank loan. I was brought in as a C-suite advisor to help a managing director who'd been fixated on smashing a specific revenue target for his bonus. The business had pushed margin to the floor just to close deals and rack up bigger numbers. Sure, the target was met and the bonus landed, but within 3 months they were starting down a cash crunch because those low margin deals came with a risky high delivery costs that drained their business really fast. That's when I stepped in. We structured the approach and shift the focus from chasing revenue to building real, sustainable business and cash flow. Not only did we stabilize the business, but we also positioned them for the long-term growth and profitability. So, we need to talk about the growth at all mindset when we're talking about why cash flow is sexier. So, this growth at all costs mindset, it's a disease in a startup and some scale-up world. We are taught that if we aren't growing by 20% year on year, you're dying. That is a bullshit. I call it bullshit. Sometimes the smartest move for your business is to get smaller. I know it sounds counterintuitive. A consultant is advising you to shrink, but stick with me on this one. If you cut the bottom 20% of your revenue, you know the client who pays late, complains the most, and have the lowest margin, what happens? Your revenue goes down. Oh no, but guess what else happens? Your costs go down. Your team's stress levels go down. Your capacity opens up to serve your best clients better. Because you got to remember, increased margin or profit is not just to bring a new client in, to serve the existing one. And often your cash position improves because you aren't financing bad business. I call this pruning for profit. You can grow a healthy tree if you never cut off the dead branches. I want you to audit your revenue stream. Be ruthless. Look at every client, every product line, every service offering. Then ask yourself, does this actually bring cash into the business efficiently? Or is it just bloating the top line while clogging up my operations? So, we talked about money and getting rid of the unhealthy clients who pays late. Let's get tactical for a minute. I want to talk to you about payment terms. If you are a six-figure, 7 or 8-figure business and you're still acting like a bank for your customers, we need to have words. Why are you offering 60-day terms? Why are you doing work before you get paid? Oh, but Neda, that's just industry standard. I hate that phrase. You see, to me, industry standards is a code for we've always done it this way and I am too scared to change it. If your service is valuable, if you're truly solving a painful problem for your client, they will pay you. Maybe not 100% upfront, but certainly a significant deposit. If you are terrified to ask for better payment terms, it's not a finance problem. It's a confidence problem. It's your confidence problem. It means deep down, you aren't sure you're worth it. Fix the confidence and the cash flow will follow. Change your terms, move from 30 days to 14, move from 14 to due on receipt. Ask for 50% upfront. If you're good at what you do, you set the rules and stop letting your clients dictate your financial health. Now, cash flow, we need to make sure we're going to keeping it lean, but not mean. So cash flow isn't just about money coming in, right? It's about money going out. And this is where a lot of CEOs get lazy. When revenue is high, we get sloppy. We sign up for software we don't use, or we don't even ask a question if we need it. We hire people we don't really need because we're scaling. We spend money on fancy offices or rebranding exercises that don't actually move the needle. You see, I'm all in for investing in business. But there is a difference between investment and bloat. An investment has a clear path to a return. Bloat is just spending money to feel like a real company. You don't need Herman Miller chairs if your cash reserves are less than 3 months of operating expenses. Buy from Kmart or sit on a crate if you have to. Keep your burn rate low. Be proud of your margins. There is nothing impressive about business that brings in $5 million and spend $4,990,000. That's just a very expensive hobby. And you don't want that. You want a business. So, this whole conversation boils down to mindset shift. It's about moving from being a revenue chaser to a profit architect. A revenue chaser is creative. They're always running, always hungry, always stressed. A profit architect is deliberate. They build systems. They choose clients carefully. They prioritize efficiency over volume. So which one do you want to be? When you focus on cash flow, you stop caring about looking big and you start caring about being strong. You stop competing with competitors on vanity metrics and start competing on sustainability and quality. Damn right. And frankly, it's just more fun. It's incredibly satisfying to look at the bank balance and that is healthy and growing, knowing that you built it on solid ground, not a hype and hope. So here's my challenge to you this week. I want you to ignore your top line revenue number. Don't even look at it. Instead, look at your cash flow statement. Look at your aging receivables, who owes you money and why haven't you collected it. Look at your margin on your last 5 deals. Find the leaks, find the bloat, and find the courage to say no to the revenue that doesn't serve you. Be the CEO who builds a fortress, not a house of cards, because when the wind blows, and trust me, it always blows, revenue won't save you, but cash will. And let's be honest, having a fortress is pretty damn sexy. Yeah, I said it again. Thanks for hopping on the soapbox with me today. Always great to have your company with me. If anything I said resonated or made you go, interesting, go ahead and subscribe. And don't forget, share this with someone who enjoy it too. Want to keep the conversation going? Or maybe you think I deserve a little friendly pushback? Either way, let's connect. You can find me on LinkedIn. Just search for Neda Farzad, and that's Neda Farzad, or Instagram and Facebook under Neda Farzad Officials. Wishing you an amazing week ahead. Until next time, stay curious, stay kind. Bye for now.